Hello students. So we were solving problems on quadratic equation, that is statement problems. Let's continue. The exercise 4.2, the third question. Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So we have to find two numbers such that their sum is 27 and we multiply them, we have to get 182. Okay, so let's do it. So this is the first question in the exercise 4.2. First question for us, but in the textbook it is the third one. Okay, so let the two numbers be x and y. Let the two numbers be x and y. I'm sorry, x and y. What is given? If I add these two numbers, that their sum is 27. Okay, so which implies here I can write y as 27 minus x, isn't it? So let's take this as equation 1. And the product of the two numbers, that is if I multiply x and y, it is equal to how much? 182, isn't it? So instead of y, we can replace it by equation 1, that is 27 minus x equal to 182. So x into 27 is 27x, x into minus x is minus x squared equal to 182. I'll transpose all the things to the LHS, sorry, the RHS. So the LHS will be completely 0, everything to the, I'm shifting everything to the RHS, right hand side. 182 minus 27x plus x squared. So if we rearrange this, x squared comes first, then minus 27, I'm sorry, it is minus 27x. Minus 27x, then comes plus 182. Or I can also write the other way, that is x squared minus 27x plus 182 equal to 0. Again, you can solve it by any of the method, factorization method or completing the square method or formula method. Let me do this problem. Okay, the remaining you can solve it on your own. Okay, so the quadratic equation that we have got is x squared minus 27x plus 182 equal to 0. Here a is 1, b is negative 27, c is 182. I'm going to solve it by factorization method. A into C, 1 into 82 is 182. So positive 182. We have to find factors of 182. So that is, if we multiply the numbers, we have to get 182. If we add them, because it is positive 182. So if we add them, we have to get 27. So it's not possible to find it easily. So let's go with prime factorization. 2 9s are, 2 1s are. So it goes by 13 table, isn't it? 13 7s are 91, 7 1s are 7. Okay, now in this 2 13 and 17 we have to make two groups. Let's take 2 and 13. If you take let's take 2 and 7 as one group, 13 as another group. So 2 into 7 becomes 14, 13 as it is. So 14 into 13 will become 182 and 14 plus 13 gives you 27, isn't it? Therefore the numbers are 14 and 13. That will be the numbers, 14 and 13. Since we need negative 27, let's take it as minus 14 and minus 13. So minus 14 minus 13 gives you minus 27. Minus into minus plus 14 into 13 gives you 182. So the first term as it is, x squared as it is, minus, instead of minus 27x, we have to introduce these two numbers. That is minus 14x minus 13x. The last term plus 182 equal to 0. So we have to take common between the first two and the next two. So what is common here? X is common. So we'll be left with x minus 14. Here minus sign as it is. Between 13 and 18, it is obvious 13 is common. So x, remember minus is outside the bracket. Therefore, the sign changes. Plus will become minus. 13 into 14 is 182. Okay. So both the sides you have got x minus 14 common. We will be left with x minus 13 equal to 0. Product of two things is 0, implies x minus 14 should be 0 or x minus 13 should be 0, which implies x is 14 or x is 13. So if x is 13, what about y? Because the two numbers are x and y, right? So we have to find x and y. If x is 14, y is 13. Or if x is 13, y will become 14. Okay, these are the numbers. That is 13 and 14. Okay, so let's get into the next question. So in the next question, find two consecutive positive integers such that sum of their squares is 365. Find two consecutive positive integers. We have already done such a problem in the previous video. We have to find two consecutive positive integers such that the sum of their squares is 365. So let's do this. So let the consecutive integers be, let the two positive consecutive integers be what? If I take the first one as x, the next one will be x plus 1. Okay. So what is given? Sum of their square, that is x squared and x plus 1 the whole square. Square both and add them. We get how much? 365. Now x squared as it is. This x plus 1 the whole square is in the form of a plus b whole square, where a is x and b is 1. So a squared implies x squared, b squared implies 1 squared, plus 2ab equal to 365. So x squared gives you 2x squared. 1 square is 1. 2 into x into 1 is 2x equal to 365. So get the 365 the other side. 2x square plus 1 plus 2x minus 365 equal to 0. So rearranging it, 2x squared plus 2x, 1 minus 365 is minus 364 equal to 0. If you observe, you can take 2 as common, or in another words, you can divide throughout by 2. Divide so that it will be easy. Okay, divide throughout by 2. So which implies it will become x squared plus x minus 182 equal to 0. Okay. The same thing you can do, find the value of a, b, c. A is 1 here. Okay. B is also 1. C is minus 82. So if you multiply a into c, you get minus 182. If you multiply, you should get 182. If you subtract them, since it is minus 182, you have to subtract it to get 1. So previously we had done it, right? 14 and 13. That will be the thing. 14 and 13. So you have to get positive 1. Therefore, it should be plus 14 minus 13. Because plus 14 minus 13 gives you positive 1. So B is positive 1. So depending on that, we have to select the sign. So x square as it is, instead of the middle term, we have to introduce these two things. That is 14x minus 13x minus 182 equal to 0. So here between the first two things, x is common. So we'll be left with x plus 14, and minus 13 is common. So we'll be left with x plus 14 equal to 0. So again, x plus 14 is common. The remaining thing is x minus 13 equal to 0. If product of two things is 0, implies x plus 14 should be equal to 0, or x minus 13 should be equal to 0, which implies x is minus 14 or x is positive 13. Remember, the question is we have to find the positive integer. So you cannot take x as minus 14. That is wrong. Therefore, the positive integer is 13. Therefore, which are the consecutive integers? 13 and 14. X and x plus 1, right? So 13 and 13 plus 14. Okay. So let's get into the next question. In the next question, the altitude of a right triangle, that is right angle triangle, is 7 centimeter less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, find the other two sides. Okay. The hypotenuse is 13 centimeter. Let's draw a triangle and understand this. Let's draw a right angle triangle. Let's name it as ABC. Okay. So this is our right angle triangle A, B, C, which is right angled at B. So the hypotenuse is, AC, which is equal to 13 centimeter. And let's take BC as the base. Okay. Let's take BC as the base. If BC is the base, the altitude will be AB. Okay. Altitude is AB. What is altitude? It is a perpendicular line from the opposite vertex. Okay, if I take BC as the side, the opposite vertex is A. From A, which is the perpendicular line, the side itself, the side AB itself. Okay. Now, what is given is the altitude of the triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. Let's take the base as X. Let's take the base as X. So what will be the altitude? The altitude is 7 centimeter less. So it will become X minus 7. That will be your altitude. So let's write it. Let the base be X centimeter. Implies altitude is X minus 7 centimeter. Now, how do we form the relationship, or how do we get the quadratic equation? Whenever it's a right angle triangle, we have to go with Pythagoras theorem. Okay. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degrees. Therefore, using Pythagoras theorem, I'll write it as P dot T, that is Pythagoras theorem. What do we get? The hypotenuse square, AC square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. What is AC? 13 square. What is AB? X minus 7 the whole square. What is BC? X the whole square. So 13 square is 169. Now X minus 7 the whole square is in the form of A minus B the whole square. So A square plus B square minus 2AB. Some also say it as A square minus 2AB plus B square. Doesn't matter, okay? Plus X square. So 169 is equal to, how many X square we have got? 2X square. 7 square is 49. Minus 2 into 7 into X is 14. 2 into 7 into X is 14X. Now let's get 169 to the other side. 2X square plus 49 minus 14X minus 169. Okay. So 0 equals 2X squared. 49 minus 169 is minus 120 minus 14X. Here also you can divide throughout by 2. Let me write the other way first. 2X squared minus 14X minus 120 equal to 0. Divide throughout by 2. Divide throughout by 2. So it becomes X squared plus 7X minus 60 equal to 0. Okay. It's a very simple quadratic equation. You can solve it by formula method or any other method which you are comfortable with. Okay. So let's get into the next question. I'm sorry, I don't know whether you were able to see the screen or not. Let me share it again. Okay. So this is the right angle triangle that I've taken, ABC. B is 90 degree. I have taken BC to be X and AB is X minus 7 because the altitude is 7 centimeter less than the base, and AC is the hypotenuse, that is equal to 13 centimeter. Since it's a right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, AC square will be equal to AB square plus BC square. And substituting the values of AC, AB and BC, we get the quadratic equation. So this is the answer. If it was not visible, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So you would have got 2x square plus 14x minus 120 equal to 0. So dividing throughout by 2, we get the required equation. That is x square plus 7x minus 60. So let's get into the next question. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, Find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. Say we have to find two things. We have to find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. Let's say the number of articles produced in a day is X and the cost of each article is Y. Okay. So let me share it again. Let the cost of, or let the total number of articles produced in a day be how much? X. And let the cost of each article be Y. See, in a day, how many articles are we producing? We are producing X articles. That X might be 10, 20, whatever. And the cost of each article is Y rupees. Okay. On what particular day, it was found that the cost of each article, that is Y, that was equal to 3 more than twice the number of articles produced. That is 2x. Okay. Let's take this as equation 1. So cost of each article is Y, isn't it? So it was observed the cost of each article, that is Y, that value was equal to 3 more than twice the production. The production is X, so 2x. Okay. So let's take it as equation 1. Now, and the total cost of production. Okay. Total cost of production. How do we find the total cost of production? Total cost of production is number of articles produced multiplied by cost of each article, isn't it? This is the formula. Cost of each article. Now, total cost of production is given as 90 in the question itself. Number of articles produced in the day is X, and the number of cost of each article is Y. Okay. So 90 as it is, X as it is, instead of Y, we can write it from equation 1, 3 plus 2x, isn't it? Therefore, 90 is equal to X into 3 is 3x, X into 2x is 2x squared. Now rearranging it, so I can write it as 3x plus 2x squared equal to 90, or 2x squared plus 3x equal to 90. Now get 90 to the LHS, so we get 2x squared plus 3x minus 90 equal to 0. So this is the required quadratic equation. Solve it by formula method or factorization or completing any method. You will get the value of x. Once you get the value of x, and remember we have to take the positive value. Suppose you get a negative value, please neglect it, because x is what? The number of articles produced. So how many articles did we produce? Let's say if it is 15, possible. If I say minus 15, not possible. That is, the negative value cannot be accepted, right? So once you find the value of x, substitute in the equation 1, you will get the answer. Okay. So with this, we have completed with the second exercise. In the next video, we'll continue with the remaining statement problems. Thank you, students.